Welcome back to San Diego Living. I'm now joined by Linda Pyle. She is a hiking expert and outdoor enthusiast. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me to talk about what I love to do, which is hiking in San Diego.
And you look great. You look the part. This is like a typical hiking outfit. You're ready to go.
Exactly. I'm all dressed up and ready to hike.
Okay, now we're talking about the different types of hiking gear that are essential when you do go on a hike. You know, San Diego is just the perfect weather to be an outdoor enthusiast. So tell me what we have here today.
Okay, well what we've got is, of course, when you go hiking, you're going to need to put on your sunscreen, and you're always going to need to bring your water. And there's different ways of bringing your water. You can bring a camelback pack with an insert like this.
Oh, these things are so cool.
These are great. So if you're going to go out for a couple hours or longer, you're going to need a lot more water. If you're just going to go for a short day hike, you know, maybe an hour, you can just bring a pack like this, but make sure you bring water.
Now, real quick about these camel packs. Now, do they stay cold throughout the day?
They do pretty much stay cold. They're up against an insulation in your pack. You know, eventually it warms up.
Right.
If you put cold water in, it stays pretty good.
Okay, should you put some ice cubes inside of it? Is that a good thing to do?
You can do that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Because I know it gets real hot when you're out and about hiking. The last thing you want is, you know, the warm water.
Drinking warm water, right. Now, what else you're going to bring is, well, this is my pack. I've hiked all over San Diego, California, and parts of the world with this pack on. And what I'm going to have in here is a map, or you might have my book with you. You're going to have some nutritious snacks.
Yes.
Like apples. If you've got kids, things like this, apple crushers are good for you. Stuff that's going to give you energy, because you're going to need it when you're out there. We like to use the sunflower seeds. Quick energy, not a lot of calories, good for you.
Now, what about those protein bars? I know a lot of people have those power bars and protein bars, and that's, you know, proven to give you lots of energy. Are those good for a hike?
Right, I think those are good for a hike too, and I brought one with me. I brought a Cliff Bar, but it's disappeared. There it is.
Oh, there it is, okay.
A good handy thing, and one thing you want to think about is you don't want to bring stuff that's going to melt.
Right.
Like chocolate candy and
right,
stuff.
Right, exactly.
Now, what else I have in my pack is, don't forget your camera.
Oh yes, all the wildlife and the scenery, just you want to capture it.
Right, and a good tip is if you're going to go hiking, go early, because if you go early, you're going to have better light for your photos. You're also going to see more animals. There'll be less people on the trail, and it's going to be much cooler.
A lot cooler. So what's like the ideal time to go hiking?
Well, we usually start our hikes no later than probably 8 or 9 in the morning.
Okay.
And if you can go earlier, that's great.
Okay, so I'm really interested. How did you, get into hiking? You were such an outdoor enthusiast, obviously, but how did this all start?
Well, my husband and I he loves to hike. When I met him, he was a big backpacker, so we started doing a lot of hiking in California, and we were having so much fun doing it. I actually became a writer so I could communicate what we were doing, put it into a book form so other people could follow along, go on these fantastic day journeys, and kind of have the transformational experience we were having.
And how wonderful, that people can learn about her experiences in your book. Tell me a little bit about it, and then we actually have a book giveaway that we're doing right here on San Diego 6.
Well, in my book, it's kind of a different book. It's not just a trail guide. It's 30 different journeys, and each chapter includes a picnic recipe, because that's a big part of hiking, is rewarding yourself with some good treats.
Exactly.
Or after the hike. And it covers all of San Diego County, goes to the inland valleys, the mountains, the beaches. And so it just gives you some great ideas of where to go. And that was the other thing I was going to talk about, is how do you plan a hike?
Yes, how do you? I'll take the book from you because I know we have some more things to show. How do you plan for a hike? Let's say you've never been hiking before. What do you tell someone? Okay,
the first thing you want to do is think about, when are we going to go? And pick your date. August 27th, Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to go for a hike.
So this is like a preparation thing. You don't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to go on a hike. Not a spontaneous thing.
Serendipity's good, but it probably won't happen.
Right, exactly.
So plan it out.
Preparation.
And then you have to think about, well, what's the weather going to be like? If it's going to be hot, then you don't want to go to the inland valleys. You want to do a coastal hike or go to a higher elevation, like a mountain hike. The other thing you want to think about is the fitness level of the people hiking with you, and really take that into consideration. It'll tell you how far you should go and what difficulty of trail you want to be on.
Okay, and there is a way for people to meet you. Let's talk about that real quick. You're having a meet and greet. If you're interested in hiking, Linda is offering the opportunity to meet you, and you're also going to have your books there. Let's talk about that.
Exactly. I'm going to be at Old Town San Diego Gift Company in Fiesta de Reyes, and this is in Old Town San Diego Historic Park. We're right on the square. I'll be signing books this Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. They're also having stagecoach days, so there's a lot of things going on down there. It's a great place to go and enjoy, have dinner, drinks, walk around. There's even a trail hike close by, the Presidio Park Trail
How
hike.
wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. It was wonderful to meet you, and thanks for sharing all of your tips and your book, of course, and happy to meet you.
Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. For more information on this, you can head to san-diego6.com and click on San Diego Living. Coming up this morning, don't make an extra trip to the grocery store. Well, up next, we'll have ways to make exciting meals from the staples in your pantry. That's coming up. Stay there.